The only mission of the DNA molecule, going back to the DNA molecule, which I didn't finish, was that it's not only this reproducing machine, but yeah, that's all. Its only agenda is consumption and reproduction through this process of natural selection. And that's exactly what we are built out of. That's exactly our foundation. So let's see, you take those three facts, then you tell me where you come up with this spirit and all this other crap. All you come up with is the fact that we know what we are. We're sensitive creatures. We know that that sensitivity means something, that has some importance. We can't exactly quantify it, but we know it has a mass. We know it has a meaning. And we simply make logical equations with our brain that wants to be rational, that wants to model reality, and we can simply understand that the simple equations, 2 + 2 equations, that there's no victory in me merely moving the broken leg to somebody else's consciousness. The victory is in eliminating the broken leg. Fuck.
Get these enlightened ideas of self-interest. They do take it personally that we do something that benefits the whole human race. They do come to those conclusions, and I'm describing how. It's through a shared sense of identity. You know, some people.
But whatever, this shared sense of identity. No, it's through the principle, the understanding of the principle of equality. All right, but the people do things all the time, not because of any other thing than some kind of obligation, some sort of sense of obligation to the truth, to the reality, to the notion that fairness is a decent, respectable premise, and that's what you do it because you know it is valuable, and so you are compelled by your perception of the value of the principle to do the right thing and take care of fairness and make sure you do the right thing, that you are to treat other things fairly. But it has nothing to do with any personal gain. It has nothing to do with any kind of feeling.
People have described how by, well, they're just saints and they like to do things that are selfless. I don't see the need for such an illogical explanation. I think instead they have managed to obtain an enlightened sense of self-interest, and they
enlightened sense of self-interest. That is such bullshit. Like I said, why are you converting something like altruism and the perception of obligation and the perception of virtue and honor and fairness into something that you're going to put this self-interest label on? Because it will not be created by self-interest. It is created by understanding. It is created by knowledge. It is created by wisdom. It is created by knowing better. Damn it!
Want to act in the way that's beneficial to their whole species or the whole planet. Okay.
Oh, bullshit. People can't even convert that want to act, okay, into even doing the right thing in the simple equations. I mean, damn, it's just such bullshit. People can't even stop themselves from buying at Walmart. Even though they think it's wrong, they can't even stop themselves from doing it.
And I think that makes a lot more sense, you know. So, what's the problem with that? It turns out it is in our best interest to have a good society. It is in our best interest to be environmental. It is in our best interest.
Like I said, it's just bullshit. What do you mean by it's in our best interest to have a good society? It could have been in our best interest if 1,000 years ago one tribe killed every other tribe on Earth. And then that tribe would have less diversity, they'd have less conflict, less problems, they'd have no wars to fight, and so maybe they would have been in our best interest as humanity just to wipe out all the diversity. I mean, it's a bullshit. You know, the only thing that would make that wrong is the fact that there's an ethical equation that can be applied that has nothing to do with any individual's self-interest. It has to do with the practical fact that you can't cause suffering in something else and actually win doing that. Okay, you can't. You can't make a profit on something else's suffering.
Just to have sustainable technologies. Why is that bad news? If it turns out we can argue those things are our self-interest, why is that bad news? Why do we need to hold on to? No. People have to do things selflessly.
Yeah, it's not holding on to, Pyro. You're the one clinging to. You're clinging to some kind of bizarre Randian philosophy that somehow we are innately made to be good or something. And there's just nothing. There's no evidence of any of that. That's the old archaic religious notion that somehow there's some enduring good force, and then we're all just going to tap into the good force, you know, and then you got the dark force, and it's like forces are somehow controlling us. No, ideas control us. Ideas will make us good people. Good ideas, you'll be a good person. You got bad ideas, you'll be a bad person. It's that fucking simple. It's understanding, it's knowledge, it's wisdom. That's the context created. It has nothing to do with goddamn feelings.
In order to achieve that. No, we're not doing it because it's in our worst interest. We're not abolishing slavery because it's in our worst interest. It's in our best interest to abolish slavery.
Oh, yeah, see, now you're just cheating the equation again. Our best interest, it wasn't in the slave owner's best interest to lose their slaves. It was in their best interest to have slaves, to tear down all the trees and plow all the fields and make their farms productive. There was a huge gain to be made from that. It was in our best interest as a country to exploit the foreign labor and have them build our railroads and, you know, bash tunnels through mountains and do all that work for us. It was in our best interest. It was not in humanity's best interest. It was not in the human race's best interest, and we did it. And we'll sit there and defend it. So it's bullshit. It's bullshit. There's no evidence of any. Like I said, that there was any, that those individuals sacrificed anything, that they paid any individual price. They went to their grave with a lot of money in their pocket and a nice efficient railroad. They were quite satisfied with the deal they made. They paid no price for it.
Why we're doing it.
So anyway, I don't know the context of that last statement, but whatever. You know, so whatever, Pyro. It really, until you start dealing with something real, yeah, we're done. So just deal with the reality of our biology. Okay, there's nothing brilliant in the inventor. The inventor has no brain. Okay, nothing. Okay, it's a bunch of matter thrown out into a space of probability. All right, and it'll do its interactions as it will do them. There's no freedom. None of these particles have any mission. Okay, all they have is motivating forces pushing them in directions. All right, and it's the same for our damn biological evolution. Every goddamn step of it was a mechanical process that has to do with chemistry, and then it has to do with the mechanisms, the properties of the chemistry. We know what the properties of the DNA molecule are, so we know what its agenda is. We know what the fucking properties of sentience are, and then what it creates is this thing called desire and addiction and attachment, and that's what motivates us or compels the sentient conscious organism through their life, is this fucking desire thing. And we know we don't fucking contrive the desire with the best part of our brain. No, it comes from the lowest parts of our brain. So it's just a pile of shit. You're not talking philosophy, you're talking just, like I said, incomprehensible, phantasmagorical gibberish. You're just playing fucking word games.